Well, hi everyone. So today I am going to do a practical of batch processing. So I have watched a video called batch processing by I'll show you the video just okay. If you go and search code again, so his latest video is batch processing and he has discussed only the architecture and what I'm trying to do that um from code from the architecture to code how that we can convert it. So that's the point. And for a glance, if I have to give a summary what he has discussed, so generally I'll do quickly I'll do it. Here is the quick version of it. So for example, okay, let's go guys. So we have discussed that if you have uh, for example on a social media, like let's say Instagram, okay. So if some celebrity post is pictures or any post, so his like counts, like likes count doesn't like what happens traditionally if the application is so small, so it basically um, goes to the backend, right? Let's say this is the backend, this is the backend. It could be backend, and let's say it is node.js backend, right? And okay, so this is the Instagram, this is our backend, and let's say this is a database. So for database to have this, there's some database with the database. Let's say this is the database. Okay, so what happening from here? From here, request is coming to database. I'm in the backend, like likes. Someone is liking the video. Okay, um, all right. Okay, now from here to like backend, we'll update the database, and from here to updating the database. So what happened that, for example, someone likes it. Okay. Um, so we take one like um. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, you get it right. So if someone is liking, um, this like is going from here. The backend will call the database, and the database it will go and store it over here. So this is the normal flow which generally happens in the what do you call that, in the general application, right? But if there is Instagram and it has a celebrity, there within a minute the likes count goes so high. Within within the minute likes goes high. So what it does, they do batch processing, which means let the database be like this, but they will introduce um yes, they will introduce something called Redis, okay, which is so they are keeping one more uh, let's say Redis, and from here they will start one more backend. We can call it as worker. So here this we can call it as basically start a small worker, okay. And this worker what it will do that from here um okay, so what it will do if the likes count goes from here to here, it will not directly update into the main database. It what it will do, it generally push into the Redis, okay. So I will make array. From here it push into the database, okay. And it what it does, it generally push like this. And again, if something happens like one more like count goes, it goes from here to goes from worker, and worker pushes into the Redis, okay. Like same. I'm sorry, I wrote it back. So I was wrong guys. Okay, so the worker is different and okay, let me do it again. Likes count goes likes from here, it goes to this backend, and this backend will push into this Redis, okay. And if Redis, if so many likes, like they'll call it as batch number, okay. So if they are spelling, so batch number is equals to, like let's say let's take it as 100. So if the like counts are 100, what it will do, this worker, it will uh, so it will come and it will pull the Redis, okay. It will pull the Redis, um, yeah, so it will pull the Redis, and this whole, like this whole it will take, and it this that worker will pull directly push into the database, like it will update in one go. It will be connected directly to this database. And as you see that on every request generally, for example, on every request, directly the request didn't go into the database. Instead, it goes from here to here. Okay, the backend push into the Redis. From Redis, it goes uh, from the Redis worker backend will pull it, pull the Redis database, that hey, if there like if there is batch count of 100, then you give it to this worker, and this worker will update into the main database. Here is how the like batch processing works. So we'll be try to code this up. Actually, I'll be honest with you, I don't have any idea how I'm going to do, but I have an idea that you have to make two backends. One is the main backends, one is the worker, and this I can like simulate by postman. Instagram I can simulate by Postman, okay, and this Node.js backend or one.js backend I can take one backend. Express application I'll take. Worker will be also Express only, Express application, and database I'll take is Postgres, and Redis I need to take. I'll spin it in Docker, so Docker is needed, okay. So these are the tools we'll be using for today's. Um, okay, so these are the tool we'll be using today. Um, Let me fix it. Okay, guys. So let me number this. So from here to here, okay. I think you understood, right? Let me check if it is recording. So 9 minutes has already passed. So now time to code now. I will push into another one. And now well see, I'll make two I'll make two folder. One is main backend. I'll call it main backend, and one more I will tell it the worker. Okay. So as you can see there are two folder. Let me go ahead and initialize the application, that is main worker, set into main worker, and one init enter I'll do, and here is the application. Let me go ahead and uh, like get the expression. So one add express, also types will be needed. Add types plus express. You can do it in D, if in D, capital D, so that it will go into dependencies array. What you can do, you will start coding. So import express. So for now I'll turn on the GitHub Copilot also, so that it gives me suggestion. Express from express, okay, AR, okay, and now again const, I mean the app.listen. So we are making the like boilerplate code now. So this is ready right now, and we'll be able to use. So we'll be using the JSON. We'll be using app like Express.js as the middleware, and let's simulate this. So we have Instagram and one loud like count. So the schema would be basically, I'll write the interface um like count, um post like counts, like count I will make, okay. So there will be ID, okay, how it will be. So count, and what else, these are the thing. So I don't think this is required. Directly I'll go app.post, so it will be post, and I'll do it like slash like. So there will be button in like those. So it will take that who is liking the request, right? And let me close this, otherwise it will complain. Okay. So now thing is that what we have to take from the database. I'll just go ahead and install the one add dot, so that we have to proper, so in we have to const like schema equals to jet dot object. Jet we need to import jet from, to do it like this. So user id will be, so some user will be looking, I think the hide post id will be there, which we are not taking. Let's say we have only one post right now, and we can like hard code this particular tail, and likes is the boolean, like likes is not the boolean, likes is the boolean, yeah. So like now from here, let's say we'll be using try catch to be protective, because anytime if our application goes down, it should be visible to everybody. Okay. We'll taking the request body, validated schema is equals to like schema dot pass request body is successful. You have passed everything from the validated schema. What you can do here, we are typically handle the logic. So we will be needing the Docker file. So I will go ahead and write the Docker compose that will start our, the version is 3.9. So this will start on this thing, right? Redis as well as Redis as well as Postgres. So I will be going and I need services like Postgres DB, and I need the image as Postgres. Postgres, is this correct? To verify that latest. And what we need the port mapping. Ports will be container name also should be right. Container container underscore name. Yes, like DB, like database underscore database. We also need the ports. So GitHub Copilot has already given, and the environment variable is must. For the first, no, for the first it takes environment. Postgres user name, which will be, I'll call it user only. Postgres password and the database. That's it. Volume mounting, right now it's if needed volume. So it will be done from this side. So like volume, we are making it named volume. If you know Docker, you know it. Like DB data, it will be mounted over here. So okay, all good. And one more I will make. So Redis we will be needing this. Container will be like Redis and the latest port number. Don't we need volumes in water, bro? Okay, and what else will be needing? Redis I have on. Is this correct? Like environment variable of Redis. I think it looks good to me. Let's test it. I'll go ahead and on the Docker top, and we'll do Docker compose of property. It start. So it's asking level warning. So anything is not dependent on any other. So it can start automatically. So it's pulling the Docker as well as, I mean, the Postgres as well as Redis. Right now it is pulling Redis pulled, and you can see it has created the network and volume it has created, and those containers are running. You can see Docker PS. So only let, what the hell, only this is running. Where is Postgres? So Postgres is not running right now. What has happened? um did we do something wrong? Call as TV. Hey yaar, this to it's this one. So once again I'm going to run once again, and let's see what has happened. So Docker compose, first of all I will down Docker compose up hyphen d. Like the errors from demons. So there is something wrong, guys. Image is Postgres. So ports is good. Environment variable is good. What else? Oh shit. So it's saying that like DB is already used by container. So container name I need to container name and liked. What it's saying? The container name like DB is already used by container. This you have to remove. Rename that container. Is it running? But let's see. Docker PS. No one is running. Okay. Docker PS hyphen a. So it might be something. There might be issue. So Redis Postgres has the name. Go Postgres DB. This was the thing which was run, but it had some problem. It Well, let me figure out what was the issue. I need to name it correctly. Um, Postgres like DB. I got it. Okay, like DB container dash DB Redis Docker compose up happy. It The Postgres and container are. It seems that it's running. Let me go ahead and do Docker PS. Why the fuck is Docker PS hyphen a? So this thing exited. Just check the log of this Docker box error. Okay, let me go ahead and ask ChatGPT what's the issue. I need to take this because it's been so long. I have been trying. Where is the issue? Bro, it's saying it is running, but why? I don't know. It is also saying that it's running perfect, and I mean the my this file is correct. I will also go ahead and do it. Now it's pulling the Redis was already there, but still Docker 14 is running, guys. And let's see Docker PS, and this time it worked. What was the issue? What was the issues? Guys, I didn't understand what was the issues back then. Okay, anyways, seems to be running, and I didn't find any issues. You guys can tell me. Optional security check. If you are using Redis later and Postgres, which implicitly become Postgres. This can change over time and break the. Okay, ठीक. It gave like Redis 7 and Postgres the image name. It gave the tag. Okay, anyways, so I'll be making one. Should I make it outside? Actually, I think here I have to make .env, and we have to keep this as our password. And okay, all right, guys. So what you have done till now, that it was taking some time, and now it feels like um I need to install PG for connecting. I think I have been using this like Prisma from that time, but PG npm we can install this to interact with Postgres and do it as one add cd main backend, one add array one add PG will add, and we can directly doesn't have anything, bro. Okay, it seems that directly we can use pc dot okay, but how do we connect using, so it's saying that this, so this thing I'm going to hard code it right now. I should be taking this or no? Okay, let's take it for some reason. I'm going to take it directly, saying it is a string because UID you have to generate, and then right now you can do this string. Okay, what you can do that you have to set first. Okay, we'll try to set indirectly into the database right now. So const, and we will take this pg port p from saying I will have to import this one add. How we have to interact with this, bro? How to interact with Postgres? So guys, as you can see, I'm not finding, like I'm not using everything directly. I'm directly like asking that what I need to do. So this is the thing I think I need to make, and this is the query DB. Okay, guys, so we need to make this also. Okay, so connection के लिए PG connection with Postgres. Do you have any connecting node post? Okay, so I got from here. Okay, so here we got that this is the pool and this is the client. What we should do? I think pool is not needed right now. I have got it. I'll make the connection right above here. PG, it's also making PG like user password database, and also should we write this Alexa db.ts this take all this up here, can remove this. Okay, Express is not needed. I have to make the table. How do we make the table, bro? So directly we have to make table, right? Making table not exist. So pool dot query create table if not exist likes. So making like table ID serial name, making user ID where cannot null post likes. So we are create the table if not exist likes ID you are taking, user ID you are taking, and ID. Post ID also we need to include user ID, post ID, and this ID will be generated for them, and like this as we're taking at boolean, and unique is user ID and post ID, right? So I add this, okay, and what? Okay, so this is not ready right now, and good for here you can import pool database. I have to use it here. So const query equals to I'll write it myself. So we have to insert this directly into our database. So we have to use insert command, insert into likes, which is our table name, and what we have to field, you have to field as user underscore ID. So ID, should we take the, okay, it's okay, like no big deal. String only I will give post ID and the like. And these are the like column and value. We have to give it as here values, and we are giving the placeholder. So this thing on conflict user and post ID do not set like is possible. So this I didn't understand, guys. And now pull out query and user ID post ID. This placeholder I have passed over here, and let's make this a thing that we can await. What else can do? So I have updated into like, so result const equals to await, and I mean we can directly go ahead and return the value. The rest dot status station, give this as well, pass the result as formatted code little bit. This is how it looking now. Catch statement is very simple right now. So errors right now you can give me, but since we are using chart, we can directly give error dot is dot dot. Okay, guys. So one post endpoint I have made. Do we need anything else? So go ahead, run this application. See backend. Okay, it's already been 36 minutes. I have to do fast. Main backend I have made. Run text.ts. So one, as you can see, the server is running. What has happened, guys? Yes, seems something wrong in our thing. This is giving issue. I'll just throw the error, right? If any, run it again, and again this. What's the issue, my brother? Replace the stack trace that led to TCP. Change it with the latest. What are the issues? Okay, guys, so there's more issues. Let me go ahead and issues I faced. Seems like it's one error. So that there's so many people who has found same thing. Do we need to go with this? What the catch? Catch block? There is issue. Seems good. Let's try again and again. What is this issue? Oh, one mistake. It seems that we are doing something wrong in this. So our I'll make it likes. Oh, okay, 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 guys. So I will have to make it as like underscore table. Okay, because the like is a valid keyword in the um, uh, SQL. So you have to based on the string matching that percentile thing. There's matching thing. That's why it was giving error, and it should td main backend, and this should work now. Let's see, hopefully, and it's still the same thing. What are those things? Well, so problem was that we were using like table, and the table was something different. That's why it was having the problem with that, and it seems that it's running right now. So this was the issue which I took a little time. So you have to go into the main backend and you have to do cd batch, what we call that one, and since it's running, we need to open the postman. Speaking to the video, it takes like whole time, uh take effort, and basically like I have been speaking for continuously for 40 to 50 minutes. I already started feeling like throat issues. Will feel thirst and all. So which me I am drinking water. Hats off to those who create long really good thing. Okay, all right. So our post request is going to local host colon 3000 and slash like, is it like, and again this should be like, what are you taking, sir? You are taking user id, which this user id eventually it will come from the what do you call that, headers. Okay, user id, is it string, right? So I'll give it any random, or this should I should do basically user id is equals to new date, timestamp or new date, what do you call that, date, right? Date. mm, state that it is not post ID. Okay. So user ID I'm giving from here, here post ID, and the liked will eventually come from here, called like, either true or either false. Okay, looks good. So let's run. I think it's run. We start this, and we are as you can see. Oh shit! Likes update message successful. The result is command insert row count one. What it gave? It gave whole lot of different thing, bro. So like I had passed this the result of this one, so it gave this and needed, I guess. And seems is persisting. How do we table now? I will. So I have like sent so many likes request, and as you can see here that it has only got four. I'm not sure why. Might be failing to. There are two requests, so it is capturing. Okay, one. What I have. Okay, okay, certain records are there. So seems good. And now third thing we have to do is that we have to directly do. You don't have to do table acted worker. I, okay, guys. So cd into worker here also one in blank blank blank. Now this domain is very simple. Okay, here right now we don't have to um okay, right now we don't have to directly give to this thing. We have to store into Redis now. So we will go ahead and make one Redis.ts, and here we'll be using Redis thing. I mean there are Redis which allows to do this stuff. There is IO Redis, there is common Redis. They allow these packages name as the client with Redis stack. I'll be using IO Redis. So control says cd to main backend one at IO Redis. Port IO Redis from IO Redis, and we have to make one instance. Cons Redis equals to new Redis and host localhost port number is password. So one thing I have not put it in password. What are the default password of this? I'm not given any environment variable. Port number is so fine. This is password, default password of Redis Docker. You get Redis. So I am facing one issue. What is the default password? Let me go ahead and ask this. What is the default password of Redis? How do I? Okay, so password. I think password is not needed. We'll be going without password, and let's see if it works. Okay, guys. So this thing though works, and now we have to push this into. Hey guys, see this thing is bothering me. I'm going to give it a UID. Like, how can you generate the UID? UID. Dot generate. How can you generate? Um, is there any package which generate? Generate? Oh shit. There is package called UID. I'm going to use that and one add UID. What it does? How? Oh, okay. We need to tell he. All right. All right. All right. All right. So now this query is not needed. I'll comment this out. Okay. This is also not needed. And now to process. So that logic we need to by our own. Okay. All right. So import. We have to import Redis for sure. Redis dot set. So guys, we have to set Redis as like equals to 1 or 0. User ID. So so as everyone knows that Redis is kind of like key value pairs and in memory database. So user ID is the key and the value is coming. No. So the post ID user ID will be always all time different because of this. The post ID will have to the post we are making for one and like count is one. Will it be eventually added? Like what does it give? Result equals to else obviously should we all right guys. From here to here, here up we have come to here. Okay, by putting this to the Redis. Go ahead and paste it. Also we check if Redis is will say oh, connected in it is. We are sending so many. Okay. So for the same post ID, so many user ID is sent. Yeah. Now the thing is that where to check the Redis. Um, Redis. asking right. So seeing right now you will have to the database. Oh. Uh, bro, actually, you know why we are not able to use on on this Docker. Docker it has its own work. So we had wrote the Docker Docker compose. So I wrote in these two workers like Postgres, Redis. So these two both can talk to each other by the same. They are, they are trying to access this outside of the net on our system, which is running in Redis inside, which is same thing. Follow all right, everyone. So I have installed Redis, and this is how to go as you connect. So to request 10 more, all are the key. All right, these are the sending. So both are working. This is for everybody who likes. directly this right now. Still, we are using backend directly. So now put are doing code duplication. So one data and what we promise all the five. It should fill size of five minutes. 5 minutes that check if there are five things. There are five, no, five. Process it. But monitoring the database would not be good. Directly, I'll go every 5 minutes, every 2 minutes, process and the Redis. So for that, set time is good. Speed, how take the first five. To fetch top 10. We don't want Alright, everyone. So as you can see, I have restarted the Docker Compose file, which is all Docker file, and I will be showing you one by one. So main I have put it like, as you have already seen, there's a like in a post request that will enter into the Redis. It will set as key value pair, user ID and password, and it will also push into the left push like this, and from there we will do right push to remove from the Redis, and this is all from here. And coming back to worker will be like this. So bash size is this much, and like we are taking the L range like 10 size of that, and we are getting fetching the value like we are not doing one by one. So I put it in promise total, which will eventually like process as asynchronous. And this is like the transform for the Postgres, as we have the database like user ID password, so it will be included, will be like taking from here and will be posting to the rows. Like from here we are taking the key and the this thing, and we are splitting with this. So if I show you right now it's not there anybody, so if I show you, so this will be like the one, and we'll be saving this into the Postgres. This is from here to here. um, we are doing and pushing this into that, and volume str is the thing, like uh, this thing directly it will push in one go, right? Dot map is there, so it will push, removing the removing the like removing from the Redis. And from here we are doing the batch processing every 2 minutes. This will run, this is just running the same function under set interval. Okay, pretty much we'll be starting both. So see, main iPhone backend uh one ts. Now this is running, let me open one more terminal side by side. This is running cd walker, and one index.ts I'll, here also I'll run. So you can see it is connected to Redis, and this is also connected to Redis to put, and this is also connected to Postgres also. So the logs are not there, but let me go ahead and check into the Postgres now. So here's the Postgres. Right now I am giving, these are the true, like true I'm passing, and I'm passing to bunch of thing I'm passing, and we'll be eventually checking into the Redis inside if these values are going there. So ending, let's see. Okay, so here we have to refresh, and we have to here. So as you see there are 15 things are there, and as you can see there is list, the likes comma queue, and I think this has started processing. Let's see, this running. I can see one like in queue. This might be, it might fail, and I will have to. Mhm. So it is running every 2 seconds. So right now we go ahead and make it every 1 5 seconds, so that you can see one two. So it has started batch processing. Process 10 like to Postgres, finished in 32 seconds. Ready for next cycle. Processed 4 likes, finish, starting. And if you see from here, refresh, it should be removed from here, which is not happening right now. And we have to check. Ready for next cycle, finish. This should have removed, not removing. Let me go ahead and three. Okay, so there are 24 now. Let's check if it is processed 1 likes to Postgres. Um, processed 5 likes to Postgres. Why it is not removing by the. Okay, let's go and check inside the Docker if if it is coming or not. So Docker PS if I do, and this is the Postgres. So Docker exec hyphen Postgres and hyphen dt. If I do, there's a like table. So select star from like table. I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything. I should have gotten here. I'm not getting. Hmm. Which means this is not processing. This is not processing. This is not working. What should? Oh. Again, alright guys. After so many times, इतना debug करने के बाद चल रहा है. And as you can see, I am starting the main backend first of all. Burn index.ts and it's running. Okay, and this also .ts. So it's running connected to Redis, and worker is running and processing. Okay, and now what I will do, I will go and post so many likes. Okay, I'll bombard it like so many. And as you can see, I have kept posting it, and it is processing, and it is, you can see in the Redis. You see it couldn't connect. We don't have right now. I think it's been processed. One, two, three, check directly. Is it processing? Like, let me see. Then I have posted some of the things, some of the, and oh, okay. So guys, it's giving, but it was processed by this worker. So you can see that these are the thing, and it will be processed for likes. Now the time is that we have to see that it's coming on the Redis. So we have to docker. I mean Postgres, sorry, docker ps. We need to exec in the to the docker exec, and we have to do select star from likes or likes underscore table to like underscore table. So I don't see anything. Um, this is process. This is a concerning thing. Could be the one docker exec even it. Uh, the it's processing, but seems that it is not there. All right, everyone. As you can see, there are 22 row, and in this one, it's processing, and this is already on. I'm going to hit 4 5, and it should process, and directly it should uh, enter into here, and I should see that uh you there were 22, and now it's 24. Now it's 24, right? Processed one. Let me hit more. 1 2 5, and I should be seeing only um it's 29 now, as you can see. Okay, so it's definitely working. So what we can do that the worker which are working this thing, it you can keep after like 5 6 minutes, and this is like definitely worth to learn. I had faced so many issues on this after like I took so many chat gpt was a bit less. I thought of not using it, but little I had to use, and this worked. I had made this. You can see the main architecture. I'll be downloading. I'll push it repository. Thanks for watching.